Well, it's right around the corner. Of course, that video is shot from last year's Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. This year's Fiesta begins Saturday, and New Mexico Style will be live from the field all next week. And of course, hot air balloons dazzle us, but can they frazzle your pet? Pet owners should take safety precautions during Balloon Fiesta. Dr. Kerry Fitzpatrick with ABQ Pet Care joins us this morning to talk to us about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have only been in a balloon once, but I remember last year, one of the things I noticed was all the dogs in the yards barking, going crazy, running back and forth to the fence and stuff, just going nuts when we would fly over these people's houses. So tell us a little bit about what it is about these hot air balloons that frightens pets.
Well, you'd have to ask Pablo because he's definitely scared of balloons.
Oh.
But I know my technician's dog, Venus, whenever the balloons start to come over her house, you know, of course you can hear the propane coming out of the, I guess they're, you know, the pumps or the jets or whatever they are.
Right.
But you can hear the propane coming out of there, and the shadow of the balloons can also scare the pets too.
Oh, really? Okay.
So definitely the sound and a visual effect can scare your pet. Pablo's wanting some more treats here.
Oh, he's so cute.
But that can definitely scare your pet.
Now, can hot air balloons be scary to all animals, or is it just house pets? I think we may have even seen a few coyotes kind of.
Well, coyotes and horses especially.
Right.
You know, don't forget about the large animals that we have outside. Your horses, you know, if you have them in an area, make sure that they're enclosed or kept in a safe area, because if a balloon flies over and spooks your horse, the last thing you would want is for them to run through a fence and get a bad laceration on their legs.
And obviously spectators should leave their pets at home. You don't want to bring those to the Balloon Fiesta, but some are going to have the service dogs, right? Is there any tips you can give?
If you have service pets, you know, and they're not used to large crowds, they should be, but if they're not used to large crowds, maybe it's better not to attend this year. I know last year it was 700 and some balloons for mass ascension. That's just balloons. You know, you're not talking about all the people that were there. I know last year when I was there in the morning, I mean, you could hardly even move on the fields.
Right.
So if you have a service pet and they're not familiar with large crowds or even the sounds of balloons, maybe it's best to just stay home.
Now, explain how the stress can actually physically affect the animals.
Well, it initially is more mentally than physically. It's a fear cycle that goes through your pet. If they have, and it's more of a phobia type reaction. If they are scared of the sound or the sight of the balloons coming over with their shadows coming over the yard, it's a fear reaction that goes to the brain, increases their epinephrine in their body, makes their heart race faster. If you've ever been anxious about anything, it's the same thing with these guys. If we don't treat that, then the next year it'll be 10 times worse. And to treat it, we don't just sedate the pet, we treat the fear and the anxiety. It does no good to make your pet sleepy because he still goes through, or he or she still goes through those fear reactions in the brain. They may not be able to react to it because they'll be so sleepy and sedated, but you definitely need to treat the anxiety with different types of medication.
Well, what do you recommend to do to help our pets relax? I mean, should you just bring them inside? But some people can't bring them inside. What do you do?
Bringing them inside is the best thing for your pet. If they have a safety place like your bedroom, the garage, a kennel, you can place them in there, turn on the radio, turn on the TV, not to the Balloon Fiesta, but to something else, maybe the news, and distract them a little bit. If you are leaving your pets outside and you know that they have a fear or anxiety to the balloons, definitely consult with your veterinarian if they're healthy enough for an anti-anxiety drug, as well as maybe some sedation on top of it. And for next year, there actually are CDs of balloon noises that you can buy online for your pet to help desensitize them to the sounds of the balloons.
Oh, to just try to get them a little bit more used to it.
Like a washing machine or a hairdryer, something of everyday use.
Now, you're saying not to sedate, but you said anti-anxiety is okay. Is there a difference there?
There's a huge difference. Sedation makes your pet sleepy. An anti-anxiety drug attacks that fear cycle, makes them more at ease, kind of like a margarita.
Oh, so get a margarita for your pet. Well, a special kind.
A little different.
All right. Well, what about the balloons? They fly low and sometimes they can land in your backyard.
That's right.
So, yeah, so basically you probably want to try to leave your pets inside if you can. If not, then you want to try to maybe...
And make sure if you don't have your pets microchipped or they don't, if they don't have a tag on them, make sure you get that done this week. If you're unsure if your pets have any kind of fear or anxiety to the balloons, if they escape your yard, that would be a great way to identify them if they get caught by authorities, is a microchip or an identification tab. You know, Pablo's got his bling piece, so I don't think he'll be missed. And he's also microchipped,
okay, great.
which is also Albuquerque law as well.
All right, now Halloween's coming up too. And,
yes.
you know, we love to dress up our pets and stuff, and then there's all the trick-or-treaters.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any tips on how we can kind of help with the anxiety with the pets through that?
The doorbell is a huge one.
The doorbell,
Especially for Pablo. So, you know, if you know that your dogs, if you have multiple dogs and they're all anxious with the doorbell or knocking at the door, maybe put a sign up, you know, if it's the doorbell that triggers them to bark and go crazy, you know, ask the trick-or-treaters to knock, put a little sign up, or leave a bowl of candy outside so they don't, you know, knock at your door. Or take your pets to a boarding facility. That way you avoid that whole, and again, it's anxiety, and it's rushing to the door. Then you avoid that whole situation where your pet could escape, number one. Or number two, bite a trick-or-treater because they are wearing those scary outfits.
Do you have any tips on how we can actually keep the outfits on?
On the pets? You know, I've never been good with that with Pablo.
No.
He has a glow-in-the-dark skeleton outfit and a pumpkin outfit, and he always tears them off.
Tears them off. There's no way of combating that one, huh?
No, he does not feel good in them.
Well, let's go ahead and tell our viewers where they can find you.
I'm located at 9032 Montgomery Northeast. We're in the Northeast Heights. We're open 7 days a week. So if you have anything coming up on the weekends, definitely give me a call at 299-VETS. And we're open till 8 o'clock Monday through Friday. So if you get off of work and you want to come in and address the anxiety with the balloons, give me a call.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And of course, we'll have that information up on our website, CASA.com.
Yes, thanks for having me back.
Thanks.
It's always good to be here.
That legendary lawbreaker has been caught. Coming up next, we'll meet the men who won the game and the reward. Stick around.